again?
Who else would fill your empty and lonely life?
We informants are meant for loneliness. It's a necessary condition for giving quality tips.
Does it bother you that your voice has condemned you to this job?
A little.
I have to convince Phil Chloro to get rid of his chest.
Simple. You just need to make it dangerous to his plants.
Brilliant. But how do I do this?
Equally simple. You sprinkle the chest with ceramic-eating woodworms, and there you go.
And where do I find these?
Ceramic-eating woodworms. You don't find them. You have to lure them. You can lure them with the woodworm woo.
It doesn't sound simple.
It is not. It's a special substance that you can't find on the market, because it's a patent of mine.
Now you're also a part-time chemist?
Don't change the subject. To create your woodworm woo, you just have to mix some fresh paint with a sewer maggot. You owe me a favor. A bunch of Phil Chloro's super rare seeds. I'll take them as compensation.
All we needed was an informant with a green thumb.
Hey, what are you trying to do?
Can you dip a maggot into the stinky water you work in for me?
I sense some sarcasm, but maybe I'm wrong. Give it to me. Here, now it reeks of sewer. Are you happy?
You don't know how much. Good. Now I have my woodworm woo. I can't. It's electronically shut.
Yeah?
I'm Detective Gallo.
My chest has become a receptacle of ceramic-eating woodworms.
You can't keep it here anymore.
No, definitely no.
You'd spread woodworms everywhere.
Yes, definitely yes.
Your plants wouldn't have a chance.
No, definitely no.
I volunteer to throw it into the dump. For free, obviously.
Thanks. You're a true professional.
Rule number 41 of Gallo. There's no limit to the capacity of a standard pocket. First, I have to empty the chest. I just kept a bunch of seeds for my informant. Now nothing can stop me. I was aiming for the dump, and now I'm in the aqueduct tower, but I'm not discouraged. I just have to find a way to get out of here without going back through the window. I need to access the cistern, especially since the alternative is quite a long fall. I'll take it. Although I'm not actually someone who cooks. I have one too, in my personal wardrobe. I don't want to pierce my pocket picking up those shards. Rule number 602 of Gallo. When the evidence is right under your butt, it's reliable. With my bare hands? I'm not a plumber, and I don't think I ever will be. Rule number 235 of Gallo. Never dirty your hands without good reason.
Forget the nest or you'll find yourself beat down after a 22-meter fall.
Jumping down? The heck with that. Picking up an essence? Look who's back.
That voice sounds familiar to me.
I'm the one who could have taken you down, let you go.
Oh, yes, I remember. You're the mob guy who was smuggling anchovies. That's why I can smell fish.
If you go on like this, somebody else will start to stink. Detective Gallo, do you remember the name?
Of course! How could I forget you?
Maybe because you're a good-for-nothing who doesn't know what to do with his life.
Actually, I found something.
By continuing to do nothing?
I'm doing something. I'm meditating.
I meant something useful.
From up here, reality can be seen from a different perspective.
Of course, with the eyes wide open. Rule number 178 of Gallo. There's no limit to how many absurd points of view you can have. Reality will always be the same. Trivial and obvious. Are you here to plan your next criminal acts?
Now I'm a decent guy. I reached the green nirvana. Since I moved my residence to the Aqueduct Tower, I've learned to love nature, even more than I did before.
How did you end up here? For the love of nature?
My taxi's ejector seat projected me into the sky.
And you landed here?
Not before passing through the stratosphere.
And bumping into some satellites.
Then I reached the hyper-Uranian.
But in the end, you fell back down, didn't you?
Right on this spot.
You surely hit your head. Very hard.
If you say so. Try me.
Can you help me climb down from this tower?
I'd prefer a please, but I do appreciate the change of tone. Also, because I'm the only one who knows how to get off of here.
Wouldn't you tell me for anything in the world?
Show me you're in perfect harmony with my life philosophy.
That's all I needed. Theoretically, I promised to give them to my informant.
What are you talking about?
Here's the seeds you wanted to steal. They're all yours.
Thanks, Detective. You've done your good deed for the day.
An original way to say that I financed crime. So, how do you get down from here?
You need a crowbar to pry the hatch open.
And probably a lift. We're stuck on the Aqueduct Tower. Where can I find...
You can make one very simply. Take this iron bar and find the proper support to turn it into a crowbar.
Now I should thank you.
Or you can do it later.
I can't do that. It's stuck in the wall. I created some space around the brick. Now it's protruding a bit. Okay, I pulled the brick out of the wall. I can't stand items on the floor. Good, it's well secured. There we go. A crowbar ready for use. Such a shame that I had to break the hammer to make it. Rule number 209 of Gallo. When you have a master key, the world is an open door. Opened. I can sense a familiar smell, particularly pungent.
Well, brothers, an important step has been taken.
What the hell?
We have contaminated the waters of this aqueduct, and the slaughter of the plants has started. And very soon, all mankind will be on its last legs. We'll proceed with our conquest of the earth when humankind has been completely extinguished.
So the culprit is the leader of an alien community.
Nobody will ever suspect we're here.
Crazy to boot. Thorn, we have to stop this terrible conspiracy.
We need a volunteer to go into the dump. He will have to take the toxic substances in there and spread the contamination of the water. The plants will be the first to die.
Better that you're not seen by these barbarians.
Psst. What do you want?
I need to speak with the Brotherhood leader.
If you want to volunteer, you have to take off that ridiculous terrestrial mask you're wearing, or the Brotherhood leader would pulverize you instantly.
Is that so?
Nobody speaks unless he decides. Nobody thinks unless he suggests. Nobody acts unless he agrees.
I don't even know him yet, and I'm already fed up. Why should I take off my terrestrial mask?
If you want to volunteer, you have to show your real face to the Brotherhood leader. It's an act of sincerity.
But I can talk to you like this?
If you like, but I don't understand why your mask has that chicken expression.
It's a rooster.
I meant dopey.
They weren't selling anything better on the interplanetary secondhand market.
But they closed that 3,000 eons ago.
It's a long story. What does the real face of a brother look like?
Large head and big eyes. And a retractable tongue.
Sorry for the obvious question.
Do you need anything else?
I'm going for a ride through the galaxy.
Don't go too far. The Brotherhood is watching you. Psst. What do you want?
Why poison the city water?
That was a stroke of genius from our leader. The terrestrials survive thanks to the water, and we want to wipe out the terrestrials. You follow?
Sure.
That's where the idea to poison the water came from. Terrestrials can't live without water. You follow?
Barely. But, if I understand correctly, the contamination started here. It'll be a long time before it spreads to the ocean.
You sure know how to be a killjoy when you get yourself wound up.
Rule number 399 of Gallo. When you can't do a particular thing, be sure others would do it even worse than you. How did you pollute the water?
How did we, brother?
Yes, of course. How did we? I don't remember how anymore. My photonic jelly brain works only when there's a time warp.
Brother, we eat photonic jelly.
Tell me about this photonic jelly.
A delicacy. It's a shame that you can find it only on Argon, and not in this parallel reality, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
And you're an intergalactic ignorant. Don't you know the 6 macro volumes of the star map?
I'm okay with the 6 shots of my trusted friend. So, how did we contaminate the water?
Simple. We introduced a virus into the aqueduct. Then everything sort of fell into place.
Do you mean to abruptly stop there, withholding all the details? I want to know everything. I'm a fan of knowledge.
You'd need at least 4 degrees to understand the fundamentals of our viruses.
I have 5-dimensional degrees.
Brother, there are no dimensional degrees. Only extra-dimensional.
Okay, I bluffed, but I want to know the truth.
You wouldn't understand.
Insisting wouldn't get me anywhere, right?
Right, because I don't have 4 extra-dimensional degrees either. But the Brotherhood leader has 6.
So all this dialogue comes down to nothing. I lost my train of thought. When will the invasion of Earth start?
It's already started, theoretically.
Okay. When will it start practically?
We need a volunteer to enter the dump and take the contaminated substances.
Hasn't the conquest already started?
We started the water infestation process, but we can't exactly foresee when everybody will kick the bucket. Humankind is unpredictable.
And the plants?
They're more predictable. Apart from cactuses, obviously.
Obviously. What do you mean, unpredictable?
Terrestrials could survive without water for a while. They could have old drinks, alcohol, or fruit juice supplies in their basement.
They could.
Or they could start drinking rainwater. We still haven't spread the virus into the atmosphere.
Right, yes.
Or maybe they're studying a way to purify the contaminated waters, using their outdated chemistry.
So, there's still time.
Time for what, brother?
To accelerate our invasion.
Didn't you hear the Brotherhood leader? Our strategy is waiting.
Can you tell me why the Earth is always in danger?
I don't know. I don't live here.
Yes, but what if you had to investigate the matter?
Poor management of the world economy and its energy resources. Wrong environmental policies. No confidence in young people.
I couldn't have said it better. Sorry, we were saying? I'm going for a ride through the galaxy.
Don't go too far. The Brotherhood is watching you.
Do any of you know how to enter the dump?
No, I had a bad experience with memos. Who was that shady guy talking to you?
A regular. He always asks for the strangest pastries.
Ah.
You're not jealous, are you?
Me? Of course not. I was only worried about his diabetes.
What a sweetheart!
What do you think of my mural?
Oh, Gallo, you always know how to amaze me. Now, I always have you with me, and bigger.
How's business going?
My booth heats up only when you're around.
I understand. You're talking about the party the cockroaches are throwing around here. Maybe I'm in the way here.
You always talk like this, but then you come back.
Hello, you have reached the voicemail of the Backroom Updates. To know if your confidential informant is on the line, say your name.
Gallo.
Did you say Gallo?
Yes, Gallo.
Then your confidential informant is temporarily unavailable. Kindly leave a message after the beep. Beep.
For now, I can only think of insults. When I find out what it is, I'll try to understand what it's for.
Hello, Gallo. I'm sorry. I hear some disturbances.
You're not credible as a Foley artist.
No, seriously. There's interference.
Listen, I need help. I'm not making any progress.
Don't you know what to do? Do you feel helpless? I know what you need. Come to the bar and relax. We'll fix everything.
Who is this?
What do you mean, who am I? I'm Mario the barman. Everybody knows me. And who are you, doctor?
Detective. Detective Gallo. Proud I do not know you.
Let's remedy that right now. As I always say, if you're looking for a friend, then you're looking for Mario.
Rule number 243 of Gallo. Only be a friend to yourself. Or at worst, a cactus.
I don't know anyone who has a cactus as a friend. But I know a lady that swears she married a basil plant. I think I'm related somehow. To the lady, I mean. Well, now that I think about it, to the basil plant as well. If it's true they got married.
I don't need a helpline.
Eddie and Son Courtesy Service. How can I help you?
Giving me free electricity for the rest of my life.
Hello. You have reached the voicemail to know if you're confident.
Gallo.
Did you say?
Yes.
Then you're confident. Kindly leave. Beep.
For now, I can... After what happened, I want to stay away from it. Hello.
Are you looking for a house? Because I happen to sell every kind of real estate.
I happen to be here for another reason.
I'm also interested in buying. I buy to sell to the highest bidder.
Which is not me. I'm here for another reason.
And what is that?
I intend to talk with whoever's hiding under that ridiculous mask.
You're already doing that.
I only see a toddler who's trying to be an adult, with poor results.
Am I not credible enough?
You're not corrupted enough, mate. To stay here, you need municipal permissions. To sell, you need political connections. And to buy, you need to find someone you can trust.
I just thought that a legitimate job
could erase all your previous crimes? Rule number 265 of Gallo. You can't clean up if you were born dirty. How did you find this job?
I looked into the competitors, and I chose a product with which the others can compete with me. You can live any place. That's my motto. Look at me.
Why? Do you live here?
My house is my job. My job is my house. So I can better concentrate and be more productive.
You really believe in what you do?
Yes, after I recovered from the terrible depression I'd fallen into. It's not easy to storm a bank with a plastic gun and a second-hand pirate patch.
Listen, I need that retractable tongue.
That's not for sale.
I'll buy that together with the mansion on the hill.
I can't sell them together.
Then I'll rent it. I'll take that damn tongue to rent.
Rent? You seem very interested in real estate deals.
I'm interested in learning your advertising technique.
Really?
Really. Tell me about your advertising technique.
Do you want to learn the art of advertising? Only with a good commercial can you pass off a flophouse for a 19th century mansion.
What do you do to convince the customers?
I hypnotize my clients by looking them straight in the eye, as I'm doing with you right now.
And why do you need the tongue for?
It's the essential part. The tongue distracts the client. I convince the client.
High psychology. Can I try to sell houses too?
Are you experienced in the field?
No, but everyone has the right to prove themselves.
Great answer! You're hired! Now the second step consists of finding a motto. Only with the best phrasing will your advertising campaign become really effective. What slogan would you suggest?
Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Needs improvement, but to reflect, I need the right inspiration.
Thorn, did you help this loony find an idea?
Go to the disco club. My mother will give you a few tips about it.
Your mother is the bartender of the disco club?
Now, yes. She used to serve alcoholics door to door.
Remind me how I can become an ad.
Only go to the disco.
Listen, I need that retractable tongue.
Help me find the right inspiration. And maybe I'll let you work as my business partner in the field of realtor commercials.
Can't you find this inspiration on your own?
How many times do I have to repeat it? Ask my mother in the disco club.
Hello, Detective Gallo. You stormed away ranting and insulting everybody after drinking one of my best cocktails without paying. You got some nerve coming back here.
If it were only for me and Thorn, we would have never set foot in this rat hole. But a matter higher than myself forced me to come back.
Higher? He said higher.
A delicate matter forces me to ignore my pride and this crappy clientele.
I can kick you out of here whenever I want.
Let's be more friendly. I came for you.
Stick to formalities. When will you balance your account?
Can you still give me credit?
Dear customer, welcome to the Knife and the Cleaver. The only disco club in the area
That's better now. Why is the outside of the club so different from the inside?
Will you be satisfied with a diplomatic answer, or do you need a specific request to shut that
Never mind. Do you know the real estate agent on Rhododendron Road?
Yes, but I've been avoiding him.
He's still your son.
He ran away from home as soon as he could get down off his booster seat. He joined the worst gangs in the neighborhood before realizing that life was harder than the next day's baby food.
Lazy philosophy.
No, cheap baby food. First he wanted to be a pirate, and now he's got it into his head that he can monopolize the real estate deals in the city. So young and yet so...
I suppose. How can your son find the right inspiration?
Sweets. In particular, your supply of sweets would inspire him. It already happened some time ago. After he devoured my cake and pastry supply, he decided to become a bad guy.
A brilliant idea.
Sugar can have strange effects on people.
I have to go, or the amount of alcohol in this disco club will kill me. Streaks kill more than alcohol.
Not the alcohol sold in this disco club.
Oh, yes.
I don't like cakes. They remind me of someone.
To not spoil your fun, I'll just say that it's the same as always.
Certainly. You wouldn't
If
believe
I got
it.
closer, he'd run away.
Of course.
That'd be too absurd even for Thorn.
You wouldn't believe it.
Actions like this are more stupid than usual.
What a scene.
It's an idiotic action.
You wouldn't believe it.
The last thing I want is to talk with rude and impertinent people.
I don't know who you mean. In front of you, there's only an irresistible detective.
Save this soap opera language for your cactus.
Oh yes, Thorn is here too.
You know where you can stick your stupid male friend?
Actually, she's a female cactus.
In your pocket!
Were you upset by some of my little taunts?
No.
Not even that time when I compared you to a walking dump I saw in my worst nightmare?
No.
Not even when I convinced the road maintenance worker to pour wet cement on your candy counter?
No.
Not even on Valentine's Day when I gave you some real coal disguised as dark chocolate?
No, I wasn't offended that time either.
So, what happened between us?
I hate you like I've never hated anyone in my whole life.
Deep down, but really deep down, I'm in love with you.
It takes courage to lie in such a blatant manner.
I don't know what makes you think the opposite.
Listen, Gallo, has that woman enchanted you?
Which woman?
Just because she sells trendy drinks and runs a club for perverts doesn't mean she's sexier than me.
Are you talking about the bartender of the knife and the cleaver?
You may be good at getting perps to blow the whistle, but you're a disaster at telling lies.
Candy, I promise you that.
Don't call me Candy.
Listen to me, honey.
Let alone honey. Don't call me at all.
Let's cut this short.
You fired your last bullet, Gallo. You don't have a chance with me anymore.
I need a year's worth of sweets.
These daring romantic metaphors won't work on me.
You don't get it. I want to buy some sweets, and then I'll disappear from your sight.
I'm not falling for this. I'm finally free of your indecent proposals.
Are you a seller of candies or not?
To you, I'm nothing. Go away.
If I don't win her trust again, I can forget that supply of sweets. Come on, make peace, as good friends.
Peace?
Yes, that's right.
As good friends?
I hate to repeat myself, but yes, as good friends.
Gallo, you're really a piece of work at deceiving the feelings of others. You're only a dirty abuser so preoccupied with feeding your ego that you completely forget the world surrounding you.
Are you saying that I'm an opportunist?
You're a cynical opportunist.
Yes, actually that's me. So, can we make up?
Go away, or I can't account for my actions anymore.
Let's cut this charade.
You fired your last bullet, Gallo. You don't have a...
Are you already tired?